Hey, welcome to Living the Dream with MS. Happy MS Awareness Month. Happy MS Awareness Week. If you have an MS person in your life, give them a big hug and a kiss. Wear some orange, which is the National MS Awareness color. I don't own any orange, so I'm not wearing any. Share my video. Share other things you see about MS. Let's get some more information out there. Today I want to talk about fatigue. I want to talk about the two different kinds of fatigue and how most MS people experience them. The first type of fatigue is, I just feel like I haven't slept. I don't have enough rest. I'm tired. I just want to sleep. I deal with that a lot during change of seasons or high stress times, and it's a challenge. Today, I woke up, even though I had slept 6-7 hours, I felt like I hadn't slept at all. That's a challenge. The second type of fatigue is body fatigue. The fatigue that makes you feel like your legs weigh 1,000 pounds. The fatigue that makes you feel like your tongue weighs 1,000 pounds and it's difficult to talk. I deal with that too. This morning I woke up, again, felt like I hadn't slept, but then I have to be careful getting out of bed so I don't end up on the floor. Because God knows nobody's going to be able to get me off the floor. So I got to kind of get up, Frankenstein myself into the bathroom, hop into the shower, and get myself ready. Unfortunately, there are not great medications for fatigue. I took one way back in the beginning when I had gotten first diagnosed, and it was a drug called Simitrel, and it accelerated my heart pretty greatly, and I had some major issues. Had to change that, had to go on other medications. So since then, I've really not taken anything for fatigue. It's all about management. It's about making sure that you rest properly. It's about not overexerting yourself. Frankly, I suck at that. I suck at that because I overcommit. So, I was laughing looking at a list the other day of what I do. So, I am self employed, I run my own business. I am the chairman of the school board for the kids' school. I'm also on the parish finance committee for the church that we go to. I am a basketball coach. I am a football coach. I am a football board member. So when you do all those things, it's not real easy to rest. And that's my own fault. It's something that I've taken on. But I also find it critical to managing the mental symptoms of my MS by staying engaged in my family and my community. Not everybody has the ability to do that. This is something that I'm fortunate to do because of the support that I receive. Also, because of the support that I receive, it does make me more able to manage my symptoms because when I get home and I'm exhausted, I'm blessed with an amazing wife who basically tells me to go sit down and does things. I try to do things when I can, and I do my best, but often she encourages me to just go rest, which is really what I need. So then even within the activities, I have to be careful. If they're too late at night, I get very tired. And for example, football. Football is my passion. Football is what I live for when it comes to other activities. My son is quite good at football and enjoys playing it. But football starts the first week of August. Not only am I walking around on the field for 3 hours, which is exhausting, but it's 90 degrees out. So I have to go home. This is how I manage it. I go home. I rest for an hour before practice. I go to practice with something covering my head and a cooling towel, special cooling towel around my neck. And then when I get home, I crash. Should I be doing it physically? Probably not. Is it going to take some time off of my physical ability? It might, but it's also something that's very important to me. It's very important to the son that plays, and it's something that is part of what I give back to the community. So I have to make some tough decisions when it comes to that, and I'm fortunate to have the support in order to make those decisions. Again, a lot of it comes down to support. But for those of you who have MS and have the support, I would encourage that while managing your energy, that you also try to step out of your comfort zone. Because when you do that, it makes you feel more engaged. It makes you feel alive, and it actually helps, harkening back to last week, with managing your emotional symptoms if you feel more engaged and part of bigger things. I got off track a little bit. We were talking about fatigue. Um, I have to be careful. I have to manage it. I'm fortunate to have somebody who helps me manage it or points out that I'm not managing it if I don't listen. And in the long run, I do pretty well. But MS-related fatigue is a very real thing. Unfortunately, a lot of people think that people with MS are being lazy or quote-unquote giving up. And maybe some of them are, but some of them are dealing with real crippling fatigue that's not quantifiable. You can't see it by looking at it. And so it's very difficult to explain. So when you feel like somebody's maybe giving up or cashing in, talk to them about the fatigue. And if they're willing to open up about it, figure out what things they can do to enjoy life with the fatigue. All right, I understand you're tired. I understand you're not feeling great. You think maybe you could pull it together enough that we could go see a movie. Then you can just sit in the chair and relax. You know, we don't have to go out for a fancy dinner, but maybe you want to go get something quick to eat to get out of the house to change scenery. And they may not be interested in that, but if you acknowledge the fatigue as an issue and then offer solutions, they may roll with that. That's where I'm going to close for today. To say fatigue's a pain in the ass. And again, happy MS Awareness Month, happy MS Awareness Week, and I am going to keep living the dream with MS.